Okay, so in a last video we have seen how for the given test sample how any human being will try to calculate the the calculate the test sample to be fall in which category or which class. Okay, so these classes are nothing but also I mean they are also called as labels. So just to so how the KNN classifier works, we have this training samples and we got a we got a marks for them. Okay, so the not all the marks are filled up here, and let's say the class will be given over here. So this is let's say average. Okay, so likewise all the marks will be filled up, marks will be taken from the records, and then their corresponding the committee will allot the classes or the labels to each of that students by after observing the marks they have scored. Now this year we have been given the test samples or the students whose marks are given to us, and we have to decide, or machine learning algorithm has to decide each of the students will fall in which of the category from excellent, average and just pass. So in a KNN classifier where we have a k is equal to 1 value, let's not get for time being let's not get bothered about that k is equal to 1, but let's say KNN classifier. So 36, so this test sample difference will be calculated. So for this test sample the nearest neighborhood will be calculated. Now as I mentioned that k is equal to 1, so the first nearest, that means the topmost nearest neighborhood for these test samples is calculated, and that will be calculated by taking the difference between the test samples and the training samples with the help of sum of absolute difference. It could be MSE also, mean square error also, but at this moment in this particular example we will take a sum of absolute differences so that we will not get diverted here and there. So this is the test sample and one of the train samples. Sum of absolute difference will be calculated and it will be put over here. Same procedure will be repeated for the all the 1 to 19, and thus we will have all the scores, all 19 scores will be there. And since this is the k is equal to 1, so closest, the minimum least value, least score will be, least distance will be searched here. So here let's say list value is in this is the fourth one. At the fourth place the list value is present out of these 19 scores. So this fourth sample will be searched in a training samples and its class will be assigned to this. Now if k is equal to 3, let's say k is equal to 3, so what will happen? K closest or click k means 3 nearest neighborhood will be searched from these scores using these scores. So the last time k is equal to 1, so closest one, the least one we took. Now k is equal to 3, so list 3 will be considered. So list 3 will be considered here, and let's say if it is a 4, then it is a first and it is a 7th. Okay, so 4, 1 and 7th. are the list 3 scores. Then all these three indices will be collected and their training samples will be searched. So first is this one, fourth is this one, and seventh is this one. So all the three classes will be collected. Now in these three classes, which class has a higher count? So k is equal to 3. So 3 classes we have collected, and in this 3 classes set we will see which class count is greatest. So there are possibilities that all the 3 has a 111 count. All the 3 classes, that means all 3 classes are the different, so thus there will be a possibility that each class will have a 111 count. In that case, take a least one. That means what was the order? The 4, 1 and 7. So whatever is the first is occurring, that class will be assigned over here. There is another possibility that one class has a 2 samples. The one class has a 2 count in that set of 3 class labels, okay, which are the 3 nearest neighborhood of this test sample on the basis of sum of absolute differences. So then majority wins. That means whichever the class has a highest count, that will be assigned over here. So that's nothing but the KNN classifier. Now let's move on to how the programming will be done. So we have a Anaconda installed, and then when we install the Anaconda, go for the Anaconda 3 and once you install the Anaconda 3, you will find the spider is also a component or the part of that installation. If you are not able to see, go to the startup menu and search for the spider, and then you will have a spider application. Click on that. So click on that and you will find this window. Now this window has a this software or this application has a 3 components. The one is the editor, this side is editor. This is the console, where most of the console output will be displayed over here, the errors or printf statement or standard IO errors and all. And here you will have a variable explorer. So at this moment there is no variable, and that's why because we have not run any program, so there is no variable in the workspace. So